Alright, here's a presentation I made for the Festival of Battles. Also widely regarded as the worst event in Dokkan history. You'll see why. Also real quick, I made a playlist with all my presentations, make sure to check them. Okay, history. So it came out during the 10th anniversary. So not too long ago, like 2-3 months ago. They of course released the new hardest event to glaze the newest characters in the game. That's a tale old as time, bro. Last year, before that. That's just what they do, right? And because of that, this event did have order to it because Red Zone Broly was a really hard fudging stage. We got Red Zone Zamasu, which was a really hard fudging stage. And goddamn Go Frieza. All these big celebrations and with the big event, and this is the big event they ended with. So it did have order to it, right? So the Festival of Battles. So it's a 50 stage long event. There's no gimmicks, bro. It's just straight hands, aka straight stats, bro. And naturally, no gimmicks. It's a long event. You know stackers are twerking right now. This event was literally made for stacking. And then each phase has charges. So until you get to Agil Zamasu, there's 3 charges, which is literally 1 turn. Then when you get to Zamasu, it becomes 6, so 2 turns. It keeps increasing, right? And then stats do get crazy. The last stage, Vegito has 2 billion HP, does 7 million normals, bro. Just look at this. Just look at this shit, bruh. Okay, then out of nowhere, this became the most negatively received event in Dokkan history. No troll, this had the community split. The truth was white knighting really badly, because technically, it is the hardest event in the game, but it's not the hardest event the community wanted. Personally, it's not fun, like Go Frieza as an example, and I'll tell you why more. But this event had a lot of people heated, and let's look at the pros. So the coolest thing about this event is that you're able to see the max potential of a character. Bruh, you're technically glazing Vegito and Gogeta, and these guys are the coolest characters ever. So you get to use characters on max potential, which is, I would say, it's new, and that's good. They're trying new stuff, right? And it is a very difficult event which most players can't do. And honestly, for me, somebody who's a long time player, I like that. It makes it more exclusive to people who've been playing longer. I like that, right? And then Korash said this before, you're not required to do the event if you don't want to, because Dokkan has 1 billion other events you can do. So you're not really required to do it. And because this event is so long, kind of takes like 4 hours to do, so it's good for content. And we'll eventually get more releases, more characters for this event. Okay, let's talk about the cons. So first things first, it's boring as hell. There's no gimmicks, no nothing. And I know people are two-faced with gimmicks, but gimmicks are fine if they're implemented right. Let's look at Go Frieza. Last stage, we know Go Frieza supers first law always. And then if you get him under 50% health, he one-shots mostly every character. So, slot 1 tank, and then you try to beat him before you get him to 50%. It's fun. This event is not fun. Straight stacking, and then it's a very limited selection of characters. Literally all teams are the same 5 characters. Talking about Tech Vegito, Gods, Monkeys, Gogeta, Goku, and then your leader, and then you know Bardock. Bardock could be in Goku, or Frieza, or AGL Kid Goku. You see what I'm saying? It's the same 5 characters plus 1 extra. And then honestly, there's not much thinking required in this event other than saving key orbs for super attacks for your characters. Because there's no gimmicks, there's no like, it's just stacking, bro. This event's literally just stacking. Cause look, this guy stacks on Vegeta, these guys stack on base, these guys stack on base, these guys stack on Goku, he stacks transformed, same, he stacks, like, same shit, bro. And then charges. So people argue this is the worst part of the event, because if you don't deal enough damage, you straight up lose. And this is especially during the time up aspect with Goku and Glorio. So you don't lose by dying, you just lose by charges, and that's because shit, maybe you didn't play key right? Honestly, this is boring, bro. Also, it takes up to 4 hours to do. It can feel like a chore. I have a job. I don't just got time to waste 4 hours on this event. I mean, I could on weekends, but I just don't want to. But people got lives, bro. And worst part about it, it's only 25 stones. It should be 50 because it's freaking 50 stages. It should be one for each stage. And unlike Red Zone Zamasu, which is goddamn awful event, you don't die instantly. You can die like 3 hours in. That's 3 hours of progress gone. It's kind of cringe, bro. I personally do not just see how this event's fun. So literally, this video is not long, but TLDR. One word to describe this event is tedious. And if events feel tedious, if they're boring, and if they're boring, you don't want to do it. And yeah, that's it. What do you get, a title? Like, who fudging cares, bro? In the end of the day, they're trying something new, but goddamn, whatever they tried was boring, and whatever, right? If you want to subscribe to the video, let's subscribe and peace.